Simone's hands are in the toilet. Gloves yellow against white porcelain. 11:47 p.m. The door opens behind her. She doesn't turn around. Never does. Yeah, they hired me straight out of undergrad. The voice belongs to heels. Expensive ones. No, I don't have an MBA. They said they valued fresh perspective over traditional qualifications. Simone's hands stop moving. Fresh perspective. Those two words. She looks up. The woman is fixing her lipstick in the mirror. Blonde. Young. Jennifer Morrison. The new VP. The job Simone applied for 3 months ago. Fresh perspective. Simone's voice cracks. That's what they call it when you're white. Jennifer spins around. Her eyes go wide. Excuse me. Simone stands up. Water drips down her arms onto the floor. She should stop talking. She knows she should stop. I have 2 master's degrees. I speak 4 languages. I've sent 47 applications to this company. The words pour out like broken glass. You know what they told me, not a cultural fit. You know what that means. Jennifer backs toward the door. I don't think it means my skin doesn't fit. My accent doesn't fit. My name doesn't fit. Simone rips off her gloves and throws them in the sink. Meanwhile, you walk in with your undergraduate degree and your right color and they hand you everything. And I'm here scrubbing your shit. Jennifer runs. The door slams. Simone stares at her reflection. She just did that. She just said all of that to a VP. Tomorrow she's fired. Tomorrow she has nothing. But right now for 30 seconds she was real. Listen. If you're watching this, subscribe right now. I need you to. Because what I'm about to tell you is the story nobody wants to hear. The truth about what happens when you do everything right and the system still breaks you. Comment your city. Let me know this reaches someone. Because somewhere out there another woman is on her knees wondering why her degrees mean nothing. And she needs to know she's not crazy. She needs to know the system is rigged. Subscribe. Stay until the end. This is just the beginning. 12 years earlier. Lagos. Open it. Simone. Her mother's voice shakes. The envelope sits on the table. American stamps. Simone's hands won't stop trembling. She tears it open. The words blur. Acceptance. Scholarship. MBA. New York. Her mother screams. Actually screams. Joy or grief, Simone can't tell. Her father grabs the letter, reads it twice, 3 times. This is it. His eyes are wet. This is how we survive. Her brother Emeka stands in the doorway. 16 years old. Silent. Emeka. Simone reaches for him. Say something. Congratulations. His voice is flat. Guess I'm not going to university now. What? No, we'll find a way with what money. He turns away. You're taking everything. You know that, right? Everything we have goes to your American dream. Their father steps between them. Emeka, this is for all of us. When Simone succeeds, I'll still be here. Mama will still be sick. And you'll still be working yourself to death. Emeka looks at Simone. But at least you'll be in America. At least someone escapes. That night Simone finds her mother on the porch. Crying. Actually crying. Mama, I'm happy. Her mother wipes her face. I promise I'm happy. Then why? Because I know what this costs. Her mother takes Simone's hand. Your father is selling our house. We're moving in with your aunt. Emeka is dropping out to work. Your grandmother is giving you her gold necklace. The only valuable thing she owns. I didn't ask for any of that. I know. That's what makes it harder. Her mother squeezes her hand. You're carrying all of us now. Every dream. Every sacrifice. Every hope. Can you do that? Simone wants to say yes. She wants to be strong. Instead she just nods. Because what else can she do? 2 weeks before the flight. Chidi takes her to their spot. The beach where he proposed. 2 years. Simone holds his hand. I'll be back in 2 years. Or you'll come there. We'll make it work. Chidi pulls away. No. What number? I won't wait. He stands up. And you won't come back. That's not true. Stop lying. His voice breaks. To me. To yourself. You're leaving. You're choosing America over me. Over us. Just admit it. I'm not choosing. Then stay. He gets on his knees. Right there on the sand. Forget America. Forget the MBA. Stay here. Marry me. We'll build a life. The words hang between them. Stay or go. Love or ambition. Everything or nothing. I can't. The words taste like poison. I'm sorry. I can't. Chitty stands up. Brushes sand off his knees. Then we're done. I hope America is worth it. He walks away. Simone watches him disappear. She wants to run after him. She wants to change her mind. She doesn't. The plane lands at JFK. September 2013. Simone has $340. One suitcase. Her grandmother's necklace around her neck. The other MBA students meet at orientation. They all seem to know each other. Or know how to act like they do. They talk about summer in the Hamptons. Gap years in Europe. Their father's companies. A white girl named Ashley introduces herself. Where did you do undergrad? Lagos Business School. Oh. Ashley's smile freezes. That's international. Cool. She walks away. Marcus finds Simone in the corner. Black guy, maybe 45. Works in IT. First time in New York. Is it that obvious? Only because I remember my first time. He hands her a coffee. Don't let them make you feel small. You belong here. You got in, didn't you? Marcus looks around the room. Half these kids are here because of daddy's money. You're here because you're brilliant. Remember that. But brilliant doesn't pay for textbooks. Or rent. Or her mother's medicine. Simone works 3 jobs. Library assistant. Coffee shop barista. Tutoring rich kids who pay her to write their papers. She sends every spare dollar to Lagos. It's never enough. The phone calls get harder. Mama, how are you feeling? Fine, baby. Don't worry about me. Did you get the insulin? Yes. Thank you. But her voice sounds weaker every time. I'll send more money next week. I promise. Promises she can barely keep. The call comes at 3 a.m. Final semester. Simone is studying for exams. Simone, her brother's voice is wrong. Cold. Emeka, what's wrong? Mama's dead. The world stops. Actually stops. What, she died 2 hours ago. We couldn't afford her medicine anymore. The insulin costs too much. Where were you? Where was the money? I sent everything. $200. His laugh sounds like breaking. 12 years. 2 degrees. $200. That's what we get. I'm doing my best. Your best killed her. The words hit like fists. I dropped out of school for you. Papa sold our house for you. Mama died waiting for you to save us. And you sent $200. The jobs here aren't what I thought. I don't care. His voice goes flat. Don't come to the funeral. Don't call here. You made your choice. Live with it. The line goes dead. Simone sits on her dorm floor. Phone in her hand. Her mother is dead. Her family hates her. And she's alone in a country that doesn't want her. She walks across the stage. Summa cum laude. Top of the class. The professors clap. Her classmates cheer. Simone feels nothing. That night she updates her resume. Applies to 20 companies. Consulting firms. Banks. Tech companies. She has 2 master's degrees. She speaks 4 languages. She finished top of her program. The rejections start immediately. Interview 1. Consulting firm. The recruiter smiles. Your accent is quite strong. I can speak more clearly. It's not just that. It's cultural fit. You understand. I don't. We'll be in touch. They don't touch. Interview 2. Investment bank. The manager seems interested until you don't have American work experience. I just graduated. We prefer candidates who understand the American business environment. I studied here for 2 years. It's different. He closes her file. Thanks for coming in. Interview 3. The HR woman actually says it. Your name is Simone Okafor. Nigerian, yes. Would you consider going by something easier like Simone Smith? Simone stares at her. You want me to change my name? It would make people more comfortable. Comfortable, the word tastes like acid. My name makes people uncomfortable. I'm just trying to help. Number. You're trying to erase me. Simone stands up. I'll keep my name. Thanks. She doesn't get the job. Month 11. Student visa expires in 3 weeks. Bank account $47. Credit card debt $8,000. No job offers. No prospects. Simone opens Craigslist. Scrolls past all the jobs she's qualified for. All the jobs that won't call her back. Then she sees it. Janitorial position. Night shift. $13 an hour. No degree required. She looks at her MBA diploma on the wall. Looks at her phone. Her mother's last voicemail is still saved. I'm so proud of you, my daughter. She applies for the janitor job. Gets hired in 2 hours. First week on the job. Break room. 2 a.m. Marcus is there. Same Marcus from orientation. Same IT job. Still mid-level after 18 years. Simone, he looks shocked. What are you doing here working? You graduated top of the class. You should be what. She sits down hard. Nobody wants me. I've applied everywhere. Sent hundreds of resumes. You know what I get? Silence. Or polite rejections about cultural fit. Marcus nods slowly. I know. You know. Why do you think I'm still in IT? I have an MIT degree. Computer science. I've been here 18 years. Never promoted past mid-level. Because they see me walk in and they decide I'm not management material. That's illegal. It's America. Marcus sips his coffee. They don't say it out loud. They just make it impossible. They hire Jennifer Morrison straight out of undergrad and make her VP. Meanwhile, you're cleaning toilets and I'm fixing computers. That's the system. I don't believe that. You will. 8 months of night shifts. 8 months of being invisible. 8 months of watching people with half her qualifications walk past her to their offices. Then tonight she's cleaning the executive bathroom. And Jennifer Morrison walks in. On her phone. Talking about how they hired her fresh out of undergrad. How they valued fresh perspective over qualifications. And something in Simone just snaps. Now she's standing in the supply closet. Gloves back on. Knowing tomorrow everything changes. The door opens. Raphael, her supervisor. Someone complained. HR wants to see you. Jennifer. Yeah. Come on. They ride the elevator down. Simone's heart pounds. This is it. This is how it ends. Patricia sits behind her desk. 50s. White. Cold eyes. Sit. Simone sits. You confronted Jennifer Morrison. Made her feel unsafe. True, I told her the truth. Your truth isn't relevant. Patricia opens a folder. Your job is to clean. Not to engage employees about hiring practices. My job should be her job. I'm more qualified. That's not my concern. That's the problem. Simone leans forward. You see this uniform and you decide I'm worth less. You don't ask why I'm here. You don't care that maybe the system is broken. The system isn't on trial here. You are. Patricia closes the folder. You're terminated. Effective immediately. Security will escort you out. 12 years. 2 degrees. Her mother's death. All of it ends in 30 seconds. Simone stands. Can I ask you something? 2 years ago I applied for an HR coordinator position. You rejected me. Did you read my resume? Patricia's face flickers. Just for a second. We receive hundreds but you read mine. You saw my degrees. My languages. Everything. And you rejected me. Then you hired me to clean your office. Simone's voice is steel now. So tell me, Patricia. Did the system fail me or did you? Security arrives. Carlos. He won't look at her. Let's go, he whispers. Carlos walks her to the entrance. 4 a.m. The city is empty. I'm sorry, he says. Don't be. I should have done this years ago. He hands her a card. If you need a reference. For anything. I'll tell them the truth. What truth? That you're the most overqualified janitor I ever met. He smiles sadly. And that this company is full of idiots. Simone takes the card. Walks out into the night. Her phone rings. Unknown number. Hello, Simone. Okafor, male voice. Older. This is Richard Chen, CFO at the company you just left. Her blood runs cold. How did you get this number? I need to meet with you. Tomorrow. 10 a.m. I don't work there anymore. I know. This isn't about cleaning. A pause. I heard what you said. To Jennifer. To Patricia. About your qualifications. Your languages. So I have a proposition. Something that pays significantly better than $13 an hour. What kind of proposition? The kind we discuss in person. There's a diner on 42ND and 8th. Tomorrow at 10. Come alone. Why should I trust you? Because right now you have no job, no money and no options. His voice drops. I'm offering you one. Take it or don't. But if you don't show up tomorrow you'll wonder for the rest of your life what might have happened. The line goes dead. Simone stares at her phone. This should feel like hope. It feels like a trap. Like drowning and someone offers you a hand but you can't see if they're saving you or pulling you under. But what choice does she have? $17 in her account. No job. No family. No home to return to. Tomorrow at 10 she'll find out if Richard Chen is her salvation or her destruction. Either way there's no going back. The girl who believed in meritocracy died tonight in that bathroom. The woman who cleaned toilets was fired. Whatever comes next, it's someone new. Someone who knows the system is rigged. Someone who might be willing to break the rules. Because playing by the rules got her nothing but pain. Maybe it's time to play a different game. Simone doesn't sleep. She sits on her mattress in the Bronx apartment watching the numbers on her phone change. 4 a.m. becomes 5. 5 becomes 6. The sun comes up gray and cold. Her roommate Precious rolls over. Nigerian like her. Works 2 jobs. Never asks questions. You coming or going? Going. Simone stands up. Got a meeting. This early it's important. Precious sits up. Looks at Simone's face. You get fired. How did you got that look? Same look I had when they let me go from the hospital. Precious pulls on her uniform. Nursing home now. Half the pay. What you gonna do? I don't know yet. Yes you do. Precious ties her shoes. You got that other look too. The one that says you're about to do something stupid. I'm just meeting someone. At 6 in the morning in the same clothes you wore last night. Precious stands at the door. Be careful, Simone. Desperation makes us do things we can't take back. She leaves. Simone stares at the empty doorway. Precious is right. She is desperate. And desperate people make deals with devils they shouldn't. But what choice does she have? She showers. Puts on her only interview suit. The one she wore to all 47 rejected applications. It still fits but barely. She's lost weight. Stress and ramen noodles for dinner. The subway is packed. Morning rush. Everyone looks half dead. Going to jobs they hate. Coming from jobs they hate. The American dream in motion. She gets off at 42 ND Street. Finds the diner. Small. Greek. The kind of place that's been there forever. Richard Chen sits in a back booth. 50s. Expensive suit. Reading the Wall Street Journal like he has all the time in the world. Simone slides into the seat across from him. He doesn't look up. You're early. I don't have anywhere else to be. No. I suppose you don't. He folds the paper. Looks at her. His eyes are sharp. Calculating. You hungry? I'm fine. You're lying. Order something. Breakfast is on me. The waitress comes over. Simone orders coffee and toast because it's the cheapest thing on the menu. Richard orders the full breakfast. Eggs, bacon, pancakes. The kind of meal that costs what Simone makes in 2 hours. They wait in silence until the food comes. Richard eats slowly. Deliberately. Simone drinks her coffee and tries not to show how hungry she is. Do you know why I called you? Richard finally asks. No. Because I was impressed. Not many people have the balls to say what you said to Jennifer Morrison. Even fewer say it to Patricia. I was angry. You were honest. There's a difference. He pushes his plate aside. Tell me about your languages. You said 4: English, French, Mandarin, Arabic. Fluent, yes. Prove it. He says something in Mandarin. Fast. Complex. Business terminology. Simone responds without thinking. Same speed. Same complexity. Richard smiles. Where did you learn? Studied abroad in Beijing. 3rd year of undergrad. Then worked for a Chinese firm in Lagos for 2 years. And Arabic, my father did business in Dubai. I went with him. Picked it up. French, everyone in Nigeria speaks it. Colonial legacy. Richard leans back. You really are overqualified to clean toilets. I know. So why were you doing it? Because nobody would hire me for anything else. Because you're black. Because you're African. Because you're a woman. Because your name doesn't fit in their neat little boxes. Richard says it matter-of-factly. Like he's reading a grocery list. The system is designed to filter people like you out. You know that now. I'm learning. Good. Because I need someone who understands how the system really works. Someone who's willing to work outside of it. The words hang in the air. Outside of it. What are you asking me to do? Richard pulls out a folder. Slides it across the table. Inside are documents. Chinese characters. Legal contracts. I need someone to translate these. Business deals. Contracts. Communications. Things that need to stay off official channels. Simone's stomach tightens. Why off official? Because they involve parties who prefer discretion. You mean they're illegal? I mean they're complicated. Richard meets her eyes. Look, I'm not asking you to do anything dangerous. Just translate. That's it. You read the documents, you tell me what they say, you get paid. How much? 5,000 per job. Cash. 5,000. That's 4 months of janitor salary. That's enough to send home. Enough to eat actual food. Enough to survive. What if I say no? Then you walk out of here and go back to your life. No job. No prospects. $17 in your bank account. Richard drinks his coffee. Or you take the job and actually use those degrees you worked so hard for. This is wrong. So is a system that puts you on your knees scrubbing toilets while mediocre white kids get VP positions. Richard's voice sharpens. You played by their rules. How did that work out? Simone looks at the documents. She should walk away. She should report this. She should do the right thing. But the right thing left her with nothing. One job. Just one. Then I decide if I continue. Richard smiles. Fair enough. He pulls out a briefcase. Opens it. Inside is cash. Stacks of hundreds. This is your first payment. 5,000. Consider it an advance. Simone stares at the money. More cash than she's seen in years. More money than her mother needed for insulin. Too late, a voice whispers. Too late for mama. She takes the money. Richard hands her the documents. I need this by tomorrow night. There's a phone number in the folder. Call it when you're done. Someone will pick up the translation. That's it, that's it. Welcome to the real world, Simone. She walks out of the diner with $5,000 in her purse and a weight in her chest that feels like drowning. The documents are exactly what she thought. Shell companies. Money transfers. Payments that should be reported but won't be. Not quite money laundering but close enough to smell dirty. She spends the entire day translating. Her tiny room in the Bronx. Door locked. Curtains drawn. The Chinese is complex. Financial terminology. Legal loopholes. Ways to move money without triggering flags. She understands every word. She's that good. By midnight it's done. She calls the number. A man answers. No name. Just an address. She takes the subway to Midtown. A different building. Same expensive lobby. A man in a suit takes the translation. Doesn't say a word. Walks away. Simone goes home. Counts the money again. $5,000. She sends $3,000 to her brother's bank account in Lagos. No message. Just the transfer. He doesn't respond. 2 weeks pass. Richard calls again. I have another job. I said one job. And I'm offering you another. 10,000 this time. Why more? Because it's more complicated. Legal documents. Court filings. Things that need very precise translation. What kind of court filings? The kind that help my clients avoid certain regulatory issues. You mean fraud. I mean business. Richard's voice is steel now. You want the job or not? Simone looks at her bank account. 2,000 left. Rent is due. She hasn't eaten anything but rice in 3 days. I'll do it. The pattern starts. Every 2 weeks Richard calls. Every 2 weeks Simone translates documents she knows are illegal. Every 2 weeks she gets paid in cash. 5,000. 10,000. Once 15. She sends most of it to Lagos. Her brother never responds, but he doesn't send it back either. That's something. Maybe. 3 months pass. She's made $60,000. More than she would have made in 2 years as a janitor. More than she would have made in her first year at any entry-level corporate job. But she's a criminal now. She knows it. The documents prove it. Money laundering. Tax evasion. Bribery. She's complicit in all of it. She can't sleep anymore. When she does, she dreams of her mother. Standing in a doorway. Asking why. Why did you become this? Why did you sell yourself? Because I had no choice, Simone wants to say. Because they left me no choice. But that's a lie. There's always a choice. She just chose wrong. One night she's at the building picking up new documents. The same man in the suit hands her the folder. She turns to leave. And there's Marcus. Standing in the lobby. Staring at her. Simone, her blood turns to ice. Marcus. Hi. I was just, what are you doing here? He looks at the folder in her hands. This isn't a public building. I'm meeting someone. Who? The man in the suit is watching. Simone can feel his eyes on her back. A friend. Just a friend. Marcus steps closer. His voice drops. Simone, what's going on? Nothing. I have to go. She walks past him. Fast. Heart pounding. He calls after her but she doesn't stop. Doesn't look back. The next day he finds her. She's at a coffee shop trying to translate the latest documents. He sits down across from her without asking. Talk to me. There's nothing to talk about. You're lying. You've been lying for months. He looks at the papers spread on the table. Chinese characters. What is this? She closes the folder. Work. What kind of work? The kind that pays. Simone. His voice is heavy. I know that building. I know what happens there. Richard Chen uses people like us. Desperate people. People the system failed. He makes them complicit in his crimes and then he owns them. He's helping me. He's using you. Marcus leans forward. Listen to me. I've seen this before. He finds someone smart. Someone with languages or skills. Someone with no options. He pays them cash. Makes them feel valued. Makes them feel like finally someone sees their worth. And then when he's done with them he has evidence. Documentation. Proof that they committed crimes. And they can't say anything because they're guilty too. You don't understand. I understand perfectly. You think you're just translating. But every document you touch, every translation you provide, that's evidence. Evidence that you knew. Evidence that you participated. When this falls apart, and it will fall apart, he walks away clean. You go to prison. The words hit like fists. Prison. Deportation. Everything she feared. I needed the money. I know. That's what makes it work. He finds people who need. People who have no choice. But Simone, you do have a choice. You can stop. Right now. Walk away. I can't. Why not? Because I sent the money home. To my family. $60,000. If I stop they'll know where it came from. They'll know what I did. My brother barely speaks to me already. If he finds out I'm a criminal, that's it. That's the end. Marcus closes his eyes. Oh Simone. I didn't mean for it to get this far. I thought just one job. Just one. Then another. And another. And now I'm in so deep I can't see the surface anymore. They sit in silence. The coffee shop hums around them. Normal people doing normal things. Going to normal jobs. Living normal lives. Simone can't remember what normal feels like. What do I do? She finally asks. You stop. Today. Right now. You don't take another job from Richard. You don't answer his calls. And then what? I have no job. No money. No prospects. I go back to being nobody. You were never nobody. Marcus takes her hand. The system convinced you that you were worthless because they wouldn't hire you. But that's their failure. Not yours. Doesn't change my situation. No. But continuing down this path doesn't change it either. It just makes it worse. He squeezes her hand. Please. Trust me. I've been in this city long enough to know how this ends. Walk away now before you can't. Simone wants to believe him. She wants to think there's another way. But when she looks at her life, all she sees are dead ends. The system failed her. Her family needs her. Richard is the only person who valued her skills. Even if that value comes with handcuffs. I'll think about it, she says. Marcus knows that means no. She can see it in his eyes. Call me. If you need anything. If things get bad. Promise me. I promise. He leaves. Simone sits alone with her coffee and her documents. The Chinese characters blur. She should stop. She knows she should stop. Her phone rings. Richard. I have something bigger. 20,000. I'm not sure I can. It's time sensitive. I need it by tomorrow morning. Richard. The first think maybe I should take a break. A break. His voice changes. Gets colder. Simone, you don't get to take breaks. You're in this now. What does that mean? It means I have records of every translation you've done. Every document you've touched. Every payment you've received. You stop working for me, those records go to the FBI. You get deported. Your family gets investigated. Every dollar you sent home becomes evidence of money laundering. The room tilts. You're blackmailing me. I'm protecting my investment. You think I hired you because you're smart. I hired you because you're desperate. Because you're vulnerable. Because you have no one to turn to. His voice is ice now. You belong to me now. Do the job. Or I destroy you. He hangs up. Simone sits there. Phone in hand. Chest tight. Can't breathe. Can't think. She's trapped. Completely trapped. She thought she was surviving. She was actually being enslaved. The door to the coffee shop opens. A woman walks in with her daughter. Maybe 7 years old. They order hot chocolate and pastries. The mother smiles. The daughter laughs. Normal life. Normal choices. Simone can't remember the last time she laughed. She picks up the folder. Opens it. Starts translating. Because what choice does she have, prison or compliance? Deportation or slavery? She chose slavery. That night she sends the translation. Gets the 20,000. Sends 15 to Lagos. Keeps 5 for rent and food. Her brother finally responds. 1 text. Thank you. 2 words. That's all she gets for selling her soul. She lies on her mattress. Stares at the ceiling. Precious is already asleep. Working her double shift tomorrow. Simone thinks about her mother. About the sacrifices made for her. About the dreams that died in a bathroom on the 47th floor. About the girl who believed in meritocracy. That girl is dead now. About the woman who thought she was clever enough to beat the system. That woman was a fool. What's left is someone she doesn't recognize. Someone who breaks the rules because the rules broke her first. Someone who commits crimes because being honest left her with nothing. She picks up her phone. Almost calls Marcus. Almost asks for help. But what can he do? He's trapped too. 18 years in the same job. MIT degree and nowhere to go. They're all trapped. All the invisible people. All the ones the system filtered out. She deletes his number. Better this way. Better if he can't help. Can't save her. Can't get caught in the same net. Richard calls again 2 days later. She answers before the second ring. Because she has to. Because she belongs to him now. I need you to do something different this time. What? Not just translation. Testimony. What kind of testimony? A deposition. You'll swear that certain documents say certain things. Things that help my client's case. You want me to lie under oath. I want you to interpret. Interpretation is subjective. That's perjury. That's your job now. His voice is flat. Final. You do this, I pay you 50,000. You don't do this, I send everything I have to federal investigators. I can't, you will. Because you have no choice. That's what happens when you sell yourself, Simone. Eventually they own all of you. Not just your skills. Your ethics. Your integrity. Everything. The line goes dead. Simone stands in her tiny room. Walls closing in. Can't breathe. Can't think. Can't escape. She's not just translating anymore. She's about to become a weapon. About to help destroy someone innocent to protect someone guilty. This is the bottom. This is where all her choices led. From the girl who believed in dreams to the woman on her knees to the criminal who sold her soul. And there's no way out. No way back. No way to undo what she's done. She belongs to Richard now. Completely. And he can make her do anything. Anything at all. Simone stares at her phone for 3 hours. The screen is black, but she sees Richard's words like they're burned into the glass. Testimony. Deposition. Perjury. $50,000 or federal prison. She picks up the phone. Puts it down. Picks it up again. Precious comes home at midnight. Takes one look at Simone and stops. What happened? Nothing. You're shaking. Simone looks at her hands. They're trembling. She makes fists, but they won't stop. I need to make a call. At midnight, it's important. Precious sits on her mattress. Doesn't say anything. Just watches. Simone can feel the weight of that gaze. The unasked questions. She dials Richard's number. He answers on the first ring. I can't do it. Yes, you can. It's perjury. I could go to prison. You're already going to prison if you don't do it. At least this way you get paid first. His voice is casual. Like they're discussing the weather. The deposition is Friday. I'll send you the documents tomorrow. Memorize them. Practice your answers. A lawyer will prep you Thursday night. I said I can't and I said you will. This isn't a negotiation, Simone. This is your life now. Accept it. The line goes dead. Precious is still watching. Who was that work? What kind of work makes you shake like that? The kind that pays rent. Simone stands up. I'm going out. It's midnight. I know. She walks. Just walks. The Bronx at midnight is dangerous, but she doesn't care. Maybe getting mugged would be simpler. Maybe losing everything in a robbery would be cleaner than this slow rot. Her phone buzzes. A text from a number she doesn't recognize. An address. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. She keeps walking. Past bodegas and closed shops. Past groups of men on corners who watch her but don't approach. Past everything that used to scare her. Nothing scares her anymore. She's already living in the nightmare. At 3 a.m. she ends up at an all-night diner. Different from the one where she met Richard. This one is small. Dirty. Real. She orders coffee and sits in a booth. Tries to think. Tries to find a way out. There isn't one. If she doesn't do the deposition, Richard sends evidence to the FBI. She gets deported. Her brother learns she's a criminal. Every dollar she sent home becomes proof of money laundering. Her family gets investigated, maybe prosecuted. If she does the deposition, she commits perjury. Helps destroy some innocent person. Becomes a weapon for people who already have too much power. Either way she loses. Either way she's damned. The waitress refills her coffee without asking. Old woman. Greek accent. Tired eyes. You okay, honey? Number. Man trouble, life trouble. The woman nods. Ain't that the truth? She walks away. Simone's phone rings. She almost doesn't answer. But it might be Richard. It might be important. It's Marcus. Where are you? How did you? I called Precious. She's worried. I'm worried. Tell me where you are. Simone gives him the address. He arrives 20 minutes later. Slides into the booth across from her. Orders coffee. Waits. He wants me to lie under oath, Simone finally says. Marcus closes his eyes. When Friday? What happens if you don't? He destroys me. Destroys my family. What happens if you do? I help destroy someone else. They sit in silence. The diner hums. A drunk man argues with the waitress. A cop comes in for coffee to go. Normal life happening while Simone's falls apart. There's a way out, Marcus says quietly. There isn't. Listen to me. You go to the FBI. You tell them everything. You offer to cooperate. They'll give you immunity. And Richard goes to prison where he belongs. And the evidence he has against me becomes irrelevant if you're cooperating. Simone wants to believe him. But she's seen how the system works. The system doesn't protect people like her. They'll deport me anyway. Cooperating doesn't change that I committed crimes. Maybe. Or maybe they need your testimony enough to give you a deal. Either way, it's better than what you're doing now. What about my family? The money I sent them. You tell the truth. That you were coerced. That you had no choice. My brother will never forgive me. Your brother doesn't have to live with your choices. You do. Marcus leans forward. I know you're scared. I know the system failed you. But perjury, Simone, that's not survival. That's surrender. He's right. She knows he's right. But knowing doesn't make it easier. I need time to think. You don't have time. Friday is 3 days away. I know. Marcus puts money on the table for both their coffees. Call me. Before you make any decisions. Promise me. I promise. But they both know she's lying. The next day a package arrives at her door. The documents. Court filings. Contracts. Pages and pages of Chinese and English mixed together. Deliberately confusing. Deliberately complex. And instructions. What to say. How to say it. Which phrases to emphasize. Which facts to omit. She's not just translating anymore. She's rewriting reality. She spends the entire day memorizing. The names. The dates. The amounts. The story Richard needs her to tell. It's almost true. That's the sick part. It's 90% truth and 10% lie. But that 10% changes everything. Makes illegal deals look legal. Makes fraud look like good business. She practices in the mirror. Her voice. Her face. How to look confident. How to look honest. How to sell the lie. She's good at it. That's the worst part. She's very good at it. Thursday night the lawyer arrives at her apartment. Middle-aged white man. Expensive suit. Cold eyes. He doesn't introduce himself. Just sits down and opens his briefcase. Richard says, you speak Mandarin? Yes. Fluently, yes. Good. Let's practice. They spend 3 hours going through the deposition. He asks questions. She answers. He corrects her. Makes her say it again. And again. And again. Don't volunteer information. Answer exactly what's asked. Nothing more. What if they ask something I don't expect? Say you don't recall. Say you'd need to review the documents. Say you're not certain. Never say something that contradicts the story. What if I make a mistake? Don't. He closes his briefcase. Richard is paying you $50,000. That buys perfection. Understand? Yes. He leaves. Simone sits alone in her apartment. Tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow she crosses a line she can't uncross. She picks up her phone. Scrolls to Marcus's number. Hovers over the call button. Puts the phone down. She can't drag him into this. Can't make him complicit. Can't let him sacrifice himself trying to save her. She's alone in this. The way she's been alone since she arrived in America. The way she'll always be alone. Friday morning comes too fast. She puts on her interview suit. The same one she wore to meet Richard. The same one she wore to all those rejected applications. It feels like a costume now. Like she's playing a part in a show she never auditioned for. The deposition is downtown. Law offices. 50th floor. She takes the elevator up and tries not to think about the bathroom confrontation that started all of this. That was a different Simone. A woman who still had principles. A woman who thought standing up for herself mattered. This Simone knows better. Standing up got her fired. Principles got her blackmailed. Honesty got her nowhere. The conference room is huge. Glass walls. Mahogany table. Men in suits. So many men in suits. Richard is there. He nods at her but doesn't speak. The message is clear. Do your job. Say your lines. Collect your money. The opposing lawyer is a woman. 40-something. Sharp. She looks at Simone like she knows. Like she can see right through the lies. Please state your name for the record. Simone Okafor. And your occupation? I'm a freelance translator. Specializing in Mandarin, French and Arabic. The questions start easy. Background. Experience. Credentials. Simone answers smoothly. This part is true. She is qualified. She is brilliant. She does speak 4 languages fluently. Then the real questions begin. Did you translate the documents marked Exhibit A through F? Yes. And in your professional opinion, do these documents represent legitimate business transactions? This is it. This is the moment. The lie that changes everything. Simone looks at the documents. She knows what they really are. Shell companies. Money laundering. Fraud. But Richard's instructions echo in her head. The script she memorized. The $50,000. The threat of prison. Yes. These are standard international business agreements. The opposing lawyer's eyes narrow. Standard, yes. Common practices for cross-border transactions. And the payments listed here to these offshore accounts, those are also standard in international business, yes. The lawyer pulls out more documents. What about these? The transfers to entities in the Cayman Islands. Asset protection. Common in high-value transactions. Asset protection or tax evasion. I'm not a tax lawyer. I can only speak to the language of the documents. And the language says the language describes legal financial structures. It's going well. Too well. Simone is nailing every answer. Selling every lie. She sounds credible. She sounds honest. She sounds like an expert witness who has no stake in the outcome. The opposing lawyer knows it too. Simone can see the frustration building. The realization that this testimony is going to work. That Richard is going to win. That an innocent person is going to lose. The deposition breaks for lunch. Simone goes to the bathroom. Locks herself in a stall. And vomits. Everything. Coffee and bile and shame. She washes her face. Looks in the mirror. Sees her mother's daughter looking back. The girl who was supposed to lift everyone up. The girl who was supposed to make the sacrifices worth it. This isn't who she was supposed to become. Her phone buzzes. Text from Richard. You're doing great. Keep it up. She goes back to the conference room. The afternoon is worse. More detailed questions. More complex lies. The opposing lawyer is digging now. Looking for cracks. Looking for contradictions. Ms. Okafor, you stated these are standard practices. Have you personally witnessed these types of transactions before? Yes. Where? In Lagos. When I worked for a Chinese investment firm. The name of this firm. Simone gives a name. A real firm. But she never worked there. Richard provided this detail. This piece of the backstory. The opposing lawyer makes a note. Simone's stomach drops. That note means something. That note means they're going to check. And during your time there you translated similar documents, yes. Documents involving offshore accounts and shell corporations, documents involving international asset management. That's not what I asked. That's my answer. The tension in the room is thick. Everyone can feel it. The opposing lawyer knows something is wrong. But she can't prove it. Not yet. Not with Simone's credentials and confident answers. The deposition ends at 5 p.m. 4 hours of testimony. 4 hours of lies. 4 hours of helping guilty people escape justice. Richard meets her in the hallway. Hands her an envelope. She doesn't need to open it. She knows what's inside. Well done. You were perfect. When does this end? Richard looks genuinely confused. Simone, this is just beginning. I have 6 more cases that need your expertise. Some depositions. Some testimony. 1 trial. A trial federal case. High profile. I need someone who can convince a jury. Someone who looks innocent. Someone with your credentials. He smiles. Someone exactly like you. I can't do a trial. You can and you will. Unless you want me to send everything I have to the authorities. All the translations. All the payments. All the perjury you just committed. It's all recorded. All documented. You belong to me now. Completely. He walks away. Simone stands in the hallway holding $50,000 in cash and feeling like she's worth nothing. She takes the subway home. The envelope burns in her bag. Blood money. That's what this is. She helped criminals go free. Helped innocent people lose. For money. Her mother would be ashamed. Her father would disown her. Her grandmother would take back the necklace and tell her she's forgotten who she is. But they're not here. They don't see. They don't know. And Simone is alone with her choices and her cash and her completely destroyed soul. She gets home at 7. Precious is cooking. Rice and beans. The smell used to comfort Simone. Now it makes her sick. How was work? Fine. You got paid? Precious nods at the envelope. Yes. Must be good work. It's not. Precious turns off the stove. Sits down at the tiny table. Talk to me. I can't. Simone, we've lived together for 2 years. I know you're in trouble. I know you're doing something that's eating you alive. Let me help. You can't help. Nobody can help. Try me. Simone wants to. She wants to tell someone. Anyone. She wants to confess and cry and be told it's going to be okay. But it's not going to be okay. And confessing just spreads the poison. I need to make some calls. She locks herself in the bathroom. The only private space in this tiny apartment. Sits on the edge of the tub. Opens the envelope. Counts the money. $50,000. Exactly. She takes out her phone. Sends $30,000 to Lagos. To her brother. To the family that's barely speaking to her. To the people who think she's succeeding. If they only knew. Her phone rings immediately. Her brother. First time he's called in 8 months. Simone Emeka. This money. Where is it coming from? Work. What kind of work pays this much? Consulting. Translation. International business. You're lying. The words hit hard. Because he's right. He knows. Maybe he's always known. I'm doing what I have to do. Like you did when Mama was dying, sending $200 while she needed thousands. His voice is hard. This money is dirty. I can feel it. It's not. Don't lie to me. I'm not a child anymore. I know what dirty money looks like. My sister doesn't suddenly have tens of thousands of dollars unless something is very wrong. I'm helping the family. You're destroying yourself. And you're dragging us down with you. He pauses. Keep your money. I don't want it. Emeka, please. Papa is sick now. Did you know that heart problems? He needs surgery. But we're not asking you. We'll find another way. A clean way. How much does he need? I said we'll find another way. Emeka, how much? $50,000. But we won't take it from you. Not like this. The line goes dead. Simone sits on the edge of the tub. Her father needs $50,000. She has $50,000. Dirty money for a clean man. Blood money for a good man. The ultimate irony. She can save him. But only if she's willing to become a monster. Or she can walk away. Let Richard destroy her. Let her father die. Keep her soul and lose everything else. There's a knock on the door. Simone Precious's voice. You okay? Number Can I come in? Simone unlocks the door. Precious sees her face and doesn't ask questions. Just sits next to her on the edge of the tub. Two women in a tiny bathroom in the Bronx. Both working jobs that destroy them. Both far from home. Both trying to survive. I've done something terrible, Simone whispers. How terrible? The kind you can't take back. Can you stop? Not without losing everything. Then maybe losing everything is better than losing yourself. Simone looks at the money spread on the floor. $50,000. Her father's life. Her soul's price. What if everything I am is already lost? Precious doesn't answer. Because there is no answer. Some questions don't have them. Some choices are just picking which nightmare to live in. Simone gathers up the money. Puts it back in the envelope. Makes a decision. She's going to save her father. She's going to do what Richard wants. She's going to be the weapon he needs her to be. Because at the end of the day she's still her father's daughter. Still her mother's child. Still the girl who was supposed to save everyone. Even if saving them means destroying herself completely. Even if it means there's nothing left of Simone Okafor except a translator who lies for money and sleeps with ghosts. She sends the full $50,000 to Lagos. Texts her brother. For Papa. Take it. He doesn't respond. Richard texts her at midnight. Trial starts Monday. I'll send prep materials tomorrow. This is the big one, Simone. Don't fuck it up. She stares at the message. A trial. Federal court. Cameras. Media. Public record. This isn't just perjury anymore. This is theater. This is Richard putting her on display as his star witness in a case that will determine millions of dollars and maybe ruin innocent lives. And she's going to do it. Because she has no choice. Because her father needs surgery. Because her family needs money. Because Richard owns her completely now. The girl who believed in meritocracy is dead. The woman who cleaned toilets is gone. What's left is a criminal. A liar. A weapon pointed at whoever Richard decides to destroy. And the worst part, she's good at it. She's very good at it. Maybe that was always who she was meant to be. Maybe all those degrees and languages weren't meant for building something. Maybe they were meant for tearing things down. Maybe the system didn't break her. Maybe it just revealed who she really was all along. A survivor. Whatever the cost. Whatever it takes. Even if the cost is everything. The prep materials arrive Saturday morning. 3 boxes. Banker's boxes full of documents. Transcripts. Evidence. The entire case Richard needs her to testify for. Simone opens the first box. Her hands shake. Inside are documents she's already translated. Plus new ones. Hundreds of pages. And a note on top in Richard's handwriting. Memorize everything. The trial starts Monday. You'll be on the stand for 3 days. Maybe 4. Don't disappoint me. 3 days of lying under oath. 3 days on camera. 3 days of helping destroy whoever Richard decided needs destroying. She starts reading. Gets through 2 pages and has to stop. She's going to help a corporation avoid environmental regulations. Real regulations. The kind that keep water clean. That prevent cancer. That save lives. People will die because of her testimony. Not immediately. Not dramatically. But slowly. Over years. Communities will get sick. Children will develop tumors. Also, some company can save money on proper waste disposal. And she's the translator who'll make it legal. Her phone rings. Unknown number. She almost doesn't answer. Simone Okafor, a woman's voice. Official. Hard. Yes, this is Special Agent Lisa Chen with the FBI. I need to meet with you. Today. The world stops. Actually stops. I don't understand. Yes, you do. We know about Richard. We know about the translations. We know about the depositions. We've been watching for 6 months. A pause. You're not in trouble yet. But you will be if you testify Monday. Meet with me. Let me explain your options. I can't. You have one chance to walk away clean. 1. After Monday, after you perjure yourself in federal court, that chance is gone forever. I'm at a coffee shop on 149th. I'll be here until noon. Come alone. The line goes dead. Simone stares at her phone. The FBI knows. Of course they know. They've been building a case. And she's part of it. Evidence. A witness. Or a target. She looks at the boxes. 3 days of testimony. 3 days of lies. Or she goes to the FBI. Tells the truth. And Richard destroys her anyway. She grabs her jacket and runs. The coffee shop is small. Crowded. Agent Chen sits in a back corner. Asian woman. 40s. Sharp suit. Sharper eyes. She sees Simone and gestures to the empty chair. Simone sits. Doesn't order anything. Can't stomach food right now. Thank you for coming. Do I have a choice? Everyone has choices. That's why I'm here. To help you make the right one. Agent Chen pulls out a folder. Richard Chen, CFO of Meridian Holdings. Currently under investigation for money laundering, tax fraud, bribery, and conspiracy. We've been watching him for 2 years. We have evidence. We have witnesses. We have everything except one thing. What? Someone on the inside who'll testify. Someone who's seen the documents. Someone who can translate them accurately. Someone who can explain exactly how the scheme works. She looks directly at Simone. Someone like you. He'll kill me. He'll try to destroy you legally. He won't touch you physically. He's not that stupid. Agent Chen opens the folder. Shows Simone photographs. Richard meeting with various people. Exchanging envelopes. Shaking hands. We can protect you. We can give you immunity. We can make sure you don't go to prison. And my family, the money I sent them, if you cooperate fully, we can arrange for that money to be considered restitution you were forced to provide under duress. It's complicated but doable. What about deportation? Agent Chen hesitates. Just for a second. That's harder. You did commit crimes. Immigration might still have issues. But testifying for us gives you the best chance. Better than perjuring yourself. Monday. Simone's head spins. 2 choices. Both terrible. Testify for Richard and become a criminal forever. Testify for the FBI and maybe still get deported, but at least stop the bleeding. What do you need from me? Everything. Every translation you did. Every document you touched. Every conversation with Richard. Every payment. Every threat. Agent Chen leans forward. And Monday, instead of testifying for him, you testify against him. In open court. On the record. He has evidence against me. Recordings. Documents. Proof I committed crimes. So do we. The question is who you give it to first. Him or us. If you come to us voluntarily, you're cooperating. If we have to arrest you, you're just another criminal. She slides a card across the table. I'll be in my office until 6 p.m. Come see me. Bring everything you have. Or don't. And see what happens Monday when you commit perjury in federal court on camera. She stands up and leaves. Simone sits there holding the card. Special Agent Lisa Chen. FBI. A phone number. A choice. She goes home. Sits on her mattress. Stares at the 3 boxes. At the card. At her phone. She calls Marcus. I need help. Where are you? Home. Can you come? I'm on my way. He arrives 20 minutes later. Precious lets him in. Sees the boxes and Simone's face and quietly leaves. Gives them privacy. What's going on? Simone tells him everything. The deposition. The $50,000. Her father's surgery. The trial Monday. The FBI showing up today. All of it. Every terrible choice. Every consequence. Marcus listens without interrupting. When she's done, he's quiet for a long time. What do you want to do? I don't know. Yes, you do. You called me. That means part of you wants out. Part of me wants to save my father. You can't save your father by destroying yourself. That's not how love works. He picks up Agent Chen's card. This is your way out. Take it. Richard will destroy me. Richard is going to prison. He just doesn't know it yet. Marcus pulls out his own phone. Shows Simone photos. I've been doing some digging. Richard Chen has been sued 4 times in the last decade. 3 times by former employees. People who say he blackmailed them. Used them. Destroyed their careers when they tried to leave. Why didn't they testify? They were afraid. Like you. But if you testify, they might too. If you break the dam, the flood comes. Simone looks at the photos. Faces of people who look like her. Tired. Scared. Trapped. How many people has Richard done this to? How many lives has he ruined? I sent the money already. To Lagos. For my father. If I testify against Richard, that money becomes evidence. They'll take it back. My father will die. Will he? What will he die without the surgery, or is that what your brother said to make you feel guilty? Marcus pulls up his laptop. Starts searching. What's your father's name? Why just tell me? Adewale Okafor. Marcus types. Searches Nigerian medical databases. Social media. News articles. After 10 minutes he turns the screen around. Your father had heart surgery 3 months ago. Successfully. He's fine. The words don't make sense. What, your brother lied to you? Look. He shows Simone a Facebook post from her father's account. Dated 6 weeks ago. A photo of him at home. Smiling. Healthy. The room tilts. He lied. Why would he? But Simone knows why. Knows it in her bones. He wanted me to refuse. He wanted to see if I'd actually send dirty money for family. It was a test. And I failed. Her phone rings. Her brother. She answers. You sent the money. You lied about Papa. I did. Why? Because I needed to know. Needed to know if my sister was still in there. The one who believed in right and wrong. The one who wouldn't sell her soul. His voice breaks. But she's gone, isn't she? You sent the money without question. You have dirty money and you didn't even hesitate. I was trying to save him. He didn't need saving. I made it up. A test. And you failed. Emeka's breathing is ragged now. Crying maybe. Mama died believing in you. Papa still believes in you. But I know the truth. My sister is gone. And I don't know this person who replaced her. Emeka, please keep the money. Use it to buy whatever's left of your soul. Because you're going to need it. He hangs up. Simone sits there. Phone in hand. The betrayal cuts deeper than anything Richard did. Her own brother. Testing her. Watching her fail. He's right, she whispers. I'm not the person I was. No. Marcus takes her hand. You're the person the system made you become. But you can change. Right now. Today. You can be the person your mother believed in. By betraying Richard, by telling the truth. For once. Finally. He squeezes her hand. Call Agent Chen. Do it before you lose your nerve. Simone looks at the card. At the boxes of lies. At Marcus's face. At the choice in front of her. She makes the call. Agent Chen answers immediately. Simone, I'm coming in. I'll tell you everything. But I need something first. What? Immunity. In writing. For me and anyone I implicate who was being coerced. Done. Come to the federal building. I'll have the paperwork ready. One more thing. I need protection. Richard will come after me. You'll have it. I promise. A pause. You're doing the right thing. Simone hangs up. Looks at Marcus. Come with me. Where? The FBI. I need a witness. Someone who knows I'm telling the truth. Someone who can corroborate. I don't know anything about the translations. No. But you know me. You know I'm not a criminal. You know the system pushed me here. She stands up. Please. I can't do this alone. Marcus stands too. You're not alone. Not anymore. They take the subway to the federal building. Don't speak. Don't need to. They're past words now. Past explanations. They're just two people the system tried to break. And one of them is about to break back. Agent Chen meets them in the lobby. Takes them upstairs. To a conference room with windows that overlook the city. 47 floors down. Where Simone started this whole mess in a bathroom confrontation. Full circle. Chen lays out papers. An immunity agreement. Simone reads every word. Marcus reads over her shoulder. It's real. It's legal. If she signs this and tells the truth, she won't go to prison. She signs. Now tell me everything. Simone talks for 4 hours. Every translation. Every document. Every conversation with Richard. Every threat. Every payment. She pulls out her phone and shows the texts. The records. The proof. Chen records everything. Takes notes. Asks questions. Digs deeper. Why didn't you come forward earlier? Because I was scared. Because I needed the money. Because I thought I had no choice. Simone looks at her hands. Because the system already failed me once. I didn't trust it to save me. And now I'm out of options. I either tell the truth or I become a monster. And I'm tired of being what people made me. Chen nods. Monday morning you'll testify. Not for Richard. For us. We'll have marshals there. Richard will be arrested in the courtroom. It'll be public. It'll be ugly. But it'll be over. What about the trial, the one Richard hired me for, postponed? Once Richard is arrested, his whole case falls apart. The documents you translated become evidence in our case against him. And the people he's hurt, the ones in his previous schemes, we'll find them. With your testimony we can open all the old cases. Everyone Richard ever blackmailed, everyone he ever coerced, they'll finally get justice. Simone closes her eyes. Justice. The word sounds foreign, like something from a language she used to speak but forgot. What do I do until Monday? Stay home. Don't contact Richard. Don't answer his calls. We'll have agents watching your building. You'll be safe. Simone and Marcus leave. Get back on the subway. Ride in silence until Marcus finally speaks. How do you feel? Terrified. Good. That means you're sane. He looks at her. You know Monday is going to be bad, right? Richard will fight. He'll try to make you look like the criminal. He'll drag your name through everything. I know. And you're still doing it. I'm still doing it. They get off at her stop. Walk to her building. Precious is waiting in the apartment. Sees Simone's face and just hugs her. No questions. Just support. That night Simone tries to sleep but can't. Every sound is Richard. Every shadow is a threat. She knows he can't touch her. Knows the FBI is watching. But knowing doesn't stop the fear. Her phone rings at 3 a.m. Richard. She doesn't answer. Lets it go to voicemail. Waits. Listens to the message. Simone. I know you met with the FBI. Did you really think I wouldn't find out? Did you really think you could betray me? His voice is ice. Controlled rage. Monday morning you will be in that courtroom. You will testify exactly as we practiced. Or I will send every piece of evidence I have to everyone. Your family. Your friends. Immigration. The media. I will destroy you so completely that no one will remember your name without thinking criminal. The message ends. Simone deletes it. But the words stay. Carved into her brain. Richard knows. And he's coming. She calls Chen. Tells her about the threat. Don't worry. He's desperate. That's good for us. Desperate people make mistakes. What if he doesn't make mistakes? Everyone makes mistakes. We just have to wait for his. Sunday crawls by. Simone can't eat. Can't think. Just sits in her apartment with Precious and Marcus. They play cards. Watch TV. Pretend everything is normal. It's not normal. Tomorrow Simone testifies. Tomorrow everything explodes. Tomorrow she either saves herself or Richard destroys her. Her phone rings. Unknown number. She answers. Simone, a man's voice. Not Richard. Familiar, but she can't place it. Who is this? Raphael. Your old supervisor. From the cleaning company. Raphael, how did you get my number? From Carlos. Listen, I need to tell you something. Someone came asking about you. Chinese man. Expensive suit. Asking when you worked here. What you were like. If you ever stole anything. Richard. Building a case. Finding witnesses to destroy her credibility. What did you tell him? Nothing. Told him employee files are confidential. But Simone, be careful. This man, he's dangerous. I could see it in his eyes. Thank you for warning me. You were a good worker. Always respectful. Whatever you're mixed up in, I hope you get out okay. He hangs up. Simone tells Marcus and Chen. They add it to the file. More evidence of Richard's intimidation tactics. More proof he's trying to silence her. But it doesn't stop the fear. Sunday night Simone finally sleeps. Exhaustion beats anxiety. She dreams of her mother. They're in Lagos. On the porch. Her mother is young. Healthy. Alive. Are you proud of me, Mama? I'm proud of who you're becoming. Not who I am. Who you are is complicated. Who you're becoming is brave. Simone wakes up crying. It's 5 a.m. Monday morning. Trial day. She showers. Puts on her suit. Looks in the mirror. The woman looking back is older than the girl who got on the plane 12 years ago. Harder. Scarred. But still standing. Still fighting. Her phone buzzes. Chen. Marshals are outside. They'll escort you to the courthouse. See you there. Simone walks outside. 2 marshals in an unmarked car. They drive her downtown. Through Monday morning traffic. Past people going to work. Past normal life. The courthouse is huge. Federal. Imposing. Simone walks through security with her marshal escort. People stare. She's already infamous. The witness everyone's talking about. Chen meets her outside the courtroom. Ready number. Good answer. Chen straightens Simone's collar. Remember, tell the truth. That's all you have to do. Just tell the truth. The doors open. The courtroom is packed. Media. Lawyers. Richard sitting at the defense table in a perfect suit looking calm. Like he's already won. He sees Simone. Their eyes meet. His smile is sharp. Predatory. The smile of a man who thinks he controls everything. The judge enters. Everyone stands. The trial begins. The prosecutor calls Simone to the stand. She walks forward. Hand on the Bible. Swears to tell the truth. And then she does. She tells everything. Every translation. Every threat. Every crime Richard forced her to commit. Her voice shakes at first. Then steadies. Then becomes steel. Richard's lawyer objects constantly. Tries to stop her. The judge overrules every time. Simone talks for 2 hours. The courtroom is silent. Everyone listening. Everyone understanding. This isn't just about Richard. It's about every boss who exploits desperate people. Every system that fails immigrants. Every corporation that values profit over humanity. When she's done, the prosecutor asks one final question. Ms. Okafor, why are you testifying today? Because I'm tired of being afraid. Because I'm tired of letting bad people win. Because my mother died believing I was going to be someone who mattered. And I want to be that person. Even if it's late. Even if it costs everything. I want to be the person she believed in. The courtroom erupts. Richard's lawyer is shouting. The judge is pounding his gavel. And Simone just sits there. Done. Finally done. The marshals arrest Richard right there in the courtroom. Handcuffs. Rights. The whole show. He doesn't struggle. Just looks at Simone one last time. You'll regret this. No. I won't. They take him away. Chen appears at Simone's side. You did it. It's over. But it's not over. Not really. Simone still faces consequences. Immigration hearings. Possible deportation. Public scrutiny. Her name in every paper as the woman who brought down Richard Chen. But she's free. For the first time in a year she's free. The fear is gone. The weight is lifted. She belongs to herself again. Marcus is waiting outside the courthouse. So is Precious. They don't say anything. Just hug her. That's enough. That night her phone rings. Her brother. I saw the news. And maybe I was wrong. Maybe my sister isn't gone. Maybe she just got lost for a while. His voice cracks. I'm sorry. For testing you. For lying about Papa. For giving up on you. I gave you reason to give up. No. I should have fought for you. Should have reminded you who you were. A pause. Come home. When this is all over. Come home. I don't know if I can. Then I'll come there. We'll figure it out together. Like family should. Simone cries. Real tears. Relief and grief and hope all mixed together. She hangs up and looks at Marcus and Precious. Her chosen family. The people who stayed when everything fell apart. What now? Precious asks. Now we survive. Together. The right way. And for the first time in years Simone believes it's possible. The media circus starts immediately. Simone's face is on every news site. Star witness brings down corporate criminal. Immigrant translator exposes fraud ring. Her name. Her story. Everything. Her phone won't stop ringing. Reporters. Lawyers. People claiming to be from her past. She turns it off. Sits in her apartment with the blinds closed. Marcus and Precious take turns keeping watch. You should eat something, Precious says. I can't. When's your immigration hearing next week? Tuesday. What will they decide? Deportation probably. I still committed crimes. Immunity from prosecution doesn't mean I get to stay. Precious sits next to her. Then we fight. We get lawyers. We tell them what really happened. I already have a lawyer. Pro bono. Some nonprofit that helps immigrants. She says my chances are 50-50 at best. The doorbell rings. Marcus answers. It's Agent Chen. Can I come in? Simone nods. Chen sits across from her. Looks tired. Like she hasn't slept either. Richard's talking. Giving up everyone. His partners. His clients. Other people he coerced like you. We've identified 17 more victims. All immigrants. All desperate. All used the same way. Will they testify? Some. Others are too scared. But your testimony opened the door. You gave them permission to speak. Chen pulls out a folder. That's not why I'm here though. I'm here about your immigration case. Simone's stomach drops. What about it? I spoke to the prosecutor. To my supervisors. To some people at DHS. Your cooperation was extraordinary. You didn't just help us catch Richard. You helped us expose an entire network. She slides papers across the table. They're willing to support your request to stay. Not guarantee it, but support it. Character witnesses. Letters from the Bureau. Evidence that you were coerced and that you ultimately did the right thing. That's it. Support. It's more than most people get. Immigration judges have discretion. If we can show you're valuable, that you were victimized, that deporting you serves no purpose, you have a chance. 50-50. Better than that now. Maybe 60-40. 70-30 if you're lucky. Simone looks at the papers. Another gamble. Another maybe. Another situation where her life depends on someone else's decision. Thank you. Don't thank me yet. Win your case. Stay in the country. Then thank me. Chen stands to leave. Pauses at the door. For what it's worth, I think you're brave. What you did in that courtroom, that took guts. More than most people have. She leaves. Simone holds the papers and tries to feel hopeful. Fails. The immigration hearing is Tuesday at 10 a.m. Simone wears her interview suit again. The lucky suit that's brought her nothing but bad luck. Her lawyer meets her outside the building. Young woman. Indian. Maybe 30. I'm Priya Reddy. We spoke on the phone. Thank you for taking my case. Thank you for taking down Richard Chen. He victimized 3 of my other clients. You did what they couldn't. Priya looks at her watch. We have 20 minutes. Let me prep you. They sit on a bench outside. Priya goes through the questions. The judge will ask about her crimes. About her choices. About why she deserves to stay. Be honest. Show remorse. But also show strength. You're not just a victim. You're a survivor who fought back. What if the judge doesn't care? Then we appeal. And appeal again. And keep fighting until we win or run out of options. Priya stands. But let's win today. The hearing room is smaller than Simone expected. Just a judge. A government lawyer. Priya. And Simone. No jury. No audience. Just 5 people deciding her entire future. The judge is a woman. 60s. White. Stern face. She looks at Simone like she's already made up her mind. Ms. Okafor, you understand you're here because you committed crimes while in the United States on a visa? Yes, Your Honor. Multiple crimes. Translation services for criminal enterprises. Accepting illegal payments. Initially lying under oath in a deposition. Yes, Your Honor. Why shouldn't I deport you immediately? The question hangs in the air. This is it. This is the moment. Simone can give the rehearsed answer. The one Priya coached her on. Or she can tell the truth. The real truth. Because I was desperate. Because the system I believed in failed me. Because I did everything right and it wasn't enough. Simone's voice shakes, but she keeps going. I have 2 master's degrees. I speak 4 languages. I graduated top of my class. And I couldn't get a job interview. Couldn't get a call back. Couldn't get anyone to see past my name and my skin and my accent. So when someone finally offered me work, even illegal work, I took it. Because I was drowning. Because my mother was dying. Because I was alone in a country that promised opportunity but delivered discrimination. The judge's expression doesn't change. That doesn't excuse your crimes. No, it doesn't. But it explains them. And when I finally had a chance to do the right thing, I took it. I risked everything to testify. I brought down a criminal who hurt dozens of people. I stopped being a victim and became a witness. That should count for something. Should it? You only testified when caught. When the FBI gave you immunity. No. I testified because I couldn't live with myself anymore. The immunity helped. But the decision was mine. And I made it knowing I might still lose everything. The government lawyer stands. Argues for deportation. Says Simone is a criminal. Says letting her stay sends the wrong message. Says the law is clear. Priya counters. Presents the letters from the FBI. Character witnesses. Evidence of coercion. The 17 other victims Richard exploited. The lives Simone's testimony saved. The judge listens to everything. Takes notes. Asks more questions. Finally calls a recess. I'll render my decision in 1 hour. Simone sits in the hallway with Priya. Can't speak. Can't think. Just waits. Marcus shows up. Somehow knew she'd need him. Sits next to her. Holds her hand. Whatever happens, you fought. That matters. Does it? It's the only thing that matters. The hour passes like torture. Finally, they're called back in. The judge sits, opens her file, looks at Simone. Ms. Okafor, I've considered everything presented today. Your crimes, your cooperation, your circumstances. This is not an easy decision. Simone holds her breath. But I'm denying the deportation order. You may remain in the United States. The words don't register at first. Remain. Stay. Not deported. However, the judge continues. You'll be on supervised release for 3 years. You'll report monthly to an immigration officer. Any violation of law, any missed reporting, and this order is reversed immediately. Do you understand? Yes. Thank you. Yes. Don't thank me. Prove you deserve this chance. Simone walks out of that building and breathes for the first time in weeks. Really breathes. She's staying. She gets to stay. Marcus hugs her. Priya shakes her hand. You did it. Now don't screw it up. I won't. I promise. But staying is just the beginning. Now she has to figure out how to live. How to rebuild. How to become someone she can actually be proud of. The news coverage continues for weeks. Some outlets praise her. Call her brave. A whistleblower. Others crucify her. Call her a criminal who got away with it. An immigrant who broke the law and faced no consequences. She can't read the comments anymore. Can't handle the hate. The people who say she should have been deported. Who say she's proof immigrants are criminals. Who use her story to justify their own bigotry. She applies for jobs. Translation services. Consulting firms. Nonprofits. Uses her real experience now. No more hiding. No more pretending. The rejections still come. Faster than before. Because now everyone knows her name. Knows what she did. Even with immunity, even with the FBI's support, she's toxic. No company wants the controversy. 2 months after the trial, she's broke again. $17 in her account. Same amount she had when Richard first called. Full circle. Except now she has no Richard. No illegal safety net. Just herself and her principles and empty pockets. She's sitting in her apartment staring at bills she can't pay when her phone rings. Unknown number. She almost doesn't answer. Unknown numbers only bring trouble. Hello, Simone Okafor, male voice. Young. Nervous. Yes, my name is Chen Wei. I was one of Richard's victims. I testified last week because of you. Because you showed me I could. I'm glad you testified. I want to meet. I have an idea. Something I think you'd be interested in. They meet at a coffee shop. Chen Wei is 30. Chinese immigrant. Software engineer who Richard blackmailed into hacking competitor systems. Lost his job. Nearly lost his visa. Simone's testimony saved him. I've been thinking, he says. There are hundreds of people like us. Thousands maybe. Immigrants who got exploited because they were desperate. Who need help but don't know where to get it. Who don't have lawyers or resources or anyone who understands. What are you suggesting? A nonprofit? Support services for immigrant workers. Legal help. Job placement. Translation services. He looks at her. Legitimate translation services. Helping people navigate the system without being exploited. I don't have money to start a nonprofit. Neither do I. But I know people. Tech people who'll donate time. Lawyers who'll work pro bono. We can start small. Just us. Helping one person at a time. Simone wants to say no. She's tired. Broken. Not ready to save anyone when she can barely save herself. But then she thinks about her mother. About the girl on the plane with $340 and infinite hope. About the promises she made and broke and made again. Okay, let's try. They start in Simone's apartment. Just the two of them and a laptop. Create a website. Spread word through immigrant communities. Offer free consultations. The first week no one calls. The second week 1 person. Third week 3 people. By month 2 they're getting 10 calls a week. Immigrants who need help. Who are being exploited. Who don't know their rights. Simone uses her languages. Her experience. Her hard-won knowledge of how the system really works. She translates documents. Explains contracts. Connects people with lawyers and resources. She doesn't get paid. Can't afford to pay herself yet. But she's doing something that matters. Something her mother would be proud of. Marcus helps. Uses his IT skills to build better systems. Precious spreads word at the nursing home. Other victims from Richard's case donate time and money. Slowly, impossibly, it grows. 6 months later, they're officially incorporated. Invisible Workers Alliance. They have a tiny office in Queens. 3 staff members. 20 volunteers. They've helped 200 people navigate workplace issues, visa problems, legal troubles. Simone still struggles. Still has nightmares about Richard. Still looks over her shoulder expecting immigration officers. But she's building something real. Something good. Something that helps people like her. Her phone rings one night. She's in the office late. Everyone else has gone home. She picks up. Simone, her father's voice. First time she's heard it in years. Papa, your brother told me what happened. Everything. The trial. The deportation hearing. The work you're doing now. Papa, I'm sorry. For everything. For failing. For the crimes. For stop. His voice is firm. Loving. You didn't fail. You survived. And then you fought back. And now you're helping others survive. That's not failure. That's strength. Simone starts crying. Can't help it. Can't stop. Your mother, he continues, she always said you were meant for something important. I think this is it. Not some corporate job. Not money or status. This. Helping the invisible people become seen. I wish she could see it. She does. I know she does. They talk for an hour. About Lagos. About family. About Emeka, who's finishing university now. About life and loss and learning to forgive yourself. When she hangs up, Simone sits in the dark office and realizes something fundamental. She's not the girl who left Lagos with dreams of corporate success. She's not the woman who cleaned toilets in shame. She's not even the criminal who testified to save herself. She's someone new. Someone forged by failure and survival and choice. Someone who knows the system is broken but fights anyway. Someone who was invisible but made herself seen. A year after the trial, they have 5 offices across 3 states. 50 staff. Hundreds of volunteers. They've helped over 1,000 people. Won cases. Stopped deportations. Connected people with jobs. Made the invisible visible. Simone still doesn't make much money. Lives in the same apartment with Precious. Takes the same subway. Eats the same cheap food. But she sleeps now. Really sleeps. Without nightmares. Without fear. Without shame. One morning she gets an email from a university. They want her to speak to their MBA students. About ethics. About the immigrant experience. About making hard choices. She accepts. The lecture hall is full. Mostly young students. Some are like Ashley from orientation. Rich and comfortable. Others look like Simone did. Hungry and scared and hoping education will save them. She tells her story. All of it. The rejection. The exploitation. The crimes. The testimony. The rebuilding. She doesn't hide anything. Doesn't make herself the hero. Just tells the truth. When she finishes, a young black woman in the front row raises her hand. What would you tell your younger self, the one who just arrived with $340 and infinite hope? Simone thinks about this. About the girl she was. About the warnings she'd give. About the pain she could prevent. I'd tell her the system is going to fail her. That meritocracy is a lie. That education alone won't be enough. That she'll face discrimination she can't imagine and choices that will break her. Simone pauses. But I'd also tell her she'll survive. That failure isn't permanent. That she'll find her power not in playing by their rules but in changing them. That the ticket out isn't education or money or status. It's the choice to stop being what they make you and start being who you choose. Even when that choice costs everything. Especially then. The room is silent. Then someone starts clapping. Then another. Then everyone. After the lecture, the young woman approaches Simone. I'm Joy. From Ghana. First year MBA. I just got rejected from 6 job interviews. They keep saying I'm not a cultural fit. I know that language. I lived it. What do I do? How do I survive without becoming? Without compromising? Simone hands her a business card. You come to my office. You let us help. You remember you're not alone. And you tell yourself every single day that their rejection doesn't define your worth. You do. Joy takes the card with shaking hands. Thank you. Don't thank me. Just survive. Then help the next person survive. That's how we change things. One person at a time. Simone walks out of that university into the cold New York air. The city that broke her. The city that remade her. The city she's learning to call home. Her phone buzzes. Message from Emeka. A photo. Him and their father at the airport. Coming to visit next month. Papa wants to see what you built. She texts back. I can't wait. She keeps walking. Past the office buildings she'll never work in. Past the corporate towers that rejected her. Past the bathroom where she finally said enough. Past everything she used to want and everything she was forced to become, and toward everything she chose to build from the ashes. They told her education was her ticket out. They lied. Education wasn't the ticket. Surviving was. Fighting back was. Choosing who to be despite the system was. Helping others do the same was. She's not the success story America promised. She's not the corporate executive with the corner office. She's not rich or famous or powerful in any traditional sense. But she's free. She's whole. She's helping people who were invisible like she was. She's changing the system that tried to break her. One person. One case. One victory at a time. And that's not the American dream they sold her. But it's the one she built. And it's real. And it's hers. And nobody can take it away. Because the greatest ticket out isn't education or opportunity or even justice. It's the choice to stand up when the system knocks you down. To testify when silence is safer. To help others climb when you're barely standing yourself. To refuse to be invisible even when visibility costs everything. That's the ticket. That's the way out. That's the truth they don't want you to know. Simone Okafor learned it the hard way. Lost everything to find it. But now she knows. And she'll spend the rest of her life making sure every other invisible worker knows it too. They can reject your applications. They can discriminate. They can exploit. They can try to break you. But they can't make you disappear. Not unless you let them. Not unless you choose silence over truth. Not unless you accept that their systems define your worth. And Simone stopped accepting that the day she stood up in that bathroom and said the quiet part loud. The day she walked into the FBI office and chose truth over survival. The day she rebuilt herself from nothing into someone who helps others do the same. She's not a victim anymore. Not a criminal. Not invisible. She's a witness. A survivor. A fighter. A woman who knows the system is rigged but refuses to stop playing anyway. Refuses to let anyone else go through what she went through alone. That's who Simone Okafor became. That's who she'll always be. And no one can take that away. Not Richard. Not the system. Not anyone. Because she chose it. She earned it. She built it from the ruins of who she used to be. And that choice, that transformation, that refusal to disappear, that's the only ticket that ever really mattered.